I'm your face guy. You know what I'm saying? So, and look, I think that FEMA has some good points. I think you have a need for a FEMA, but it has to be managed, funded, and manned properly. I was a FEMA reservist. So what does that mean? I only hear from FEMA when there's a disaster. So you don't have a large number of regular employees. So if you call me and say there's a disaster in New Orleans, I don't feel like going to work. I'm not available right now. I'm on vacation in the Bahamas. Talk to me later. And I called you at home. That was the pool of folks they dealt with. But and I'm gonna get to you soon. Okay. One of the things I told, I said I got these meetings, right? So I said, listen, you're gonna call me a reservist before I became a regular employee. You want to call me a reservist. So why not treat me the same way you treat your military reserve? Now, how do you keep the military reserve on board? You know what? You pay them once a month for showing up. And you don't get a day's worth of pay. Each day is worth 2 days. If you didn't know that, when you go on reserve duty with the military, 1 day is actually, you get 2 days of pay for 1 day of drill. So when you go the whole weekend, that's 4 days of pay. I'm paying your health care. As a FEMA reservist, your health care is not being paid. I'm paying your health care. Now look, you're paying me to show up, and you're paying my health care. You think I'm a little bit obligated to you? You think, if you call me, I might have to answer? So why not borrow the ideas from things that work? Look, let me tell you, serve in the Marine Corps. Okay? Love this country. I don't want, this is home. Had an opportunity to defend it. You know what? I signed the contract. I didn't mind going. I'd rather deal with it over there than over here, if it's the right reason. But I say this to say this. Listen, we can't keep being so arrogant that we don't realize what we need to do. We're so arrogant that when we had international funds come in, these phone calls start going back and forth. What do we do with it? I don't know. What do you think we need to do with it? Do we send it back? We can't send it back. We might insult it. So this is a conversation. And the funds were donated for what? To help in the recovery. And you don't know what to do with it? Okay, let's think about Jamaica. Let's think about Cuba. I'm not a gambling man, but I tell you, I would bet money next hurricane season, Cuba, Jamaica will see a storm. I would bet money that 2 hurricane seasons from now, Cuba, Jamaica will see a storm. How do those islands survive getting beat up on a regular basis? Now, don't get me wrong, Jamaica has some issues, Cuba has some issues. But, a storm isn't the size of a neighborhood. You've seen some of those storms that pass over Cuba, over the size of the island. So how do they survive? See, we can't be so big that if you have a better building plan in place, that I can't go to you and say, hey neighbor, why don't you show me how you build? That's like me going to a community the first time and not knowing if I should turn left or right, but because I don't like you and you've lived there all your life, I'm not going to ask you, I'll just keep straight. I'll find it eventually. Even though I'm running out of gas, I need to find a gas station, I'm hungry, and yada, yada, yada. Global community. If we're going to do it, let's do it right. There's nothing wrong with talking to our neighbors. If we're going to win, listen. Other countries have talked to us, taking our technology, and some would say they do it better than us now. So why can't we do the same?